So here's what's going on. When we welded the shark fin up to the top of the roof, really the plate that mounts it, the plate kind of flexed inwards a little bit and that pulled our roof down, like the sheet metal for the roof. So we're heating it up, we're gonna push it back up where it's supposed to go, and then we're gonna reinforce it with some tubing to make sure that that doesn't happen again and our roof stays perfectly flat. The first attempt worked sort of. It pulled the front of the roof up and it pulled a little bit of the back of the roof up, but we just need more constant pressure. So we've got a jack and a piece of angle iron, and we're gonna use that to jack the roof up after it gets heated, and that should put us in a pretty flat spot kind of on the sheet metal. And hopefully that fixes everything. Once that's done, then we can move forward, because we're gonna be lifting and lowering this thing as we build the interior, and we don't want anything to go wrong with our lifting mechanism. So that's what we're doing, is just trying to strengthen that up and make sure it's good to go so we can move forward with the rest of the build.
Torch. Well, I was about to say this might mess up your shot, but it might actually be the best shot. I was going to say, if you can get, like... I don't want to be in there for this.
All right. You jacking it up now?
Not big.
Okay.
Yeah, which that'll chill out as it cools. We just
See
have to
what
let
we're
it
doing
cool
then.
and see.
So we have decided that the first order of business is to get our steering installed, which is pretty exciting. We may end up needing another U-joint after test fitting a little bit, but the first thing we gotta do is clear off all of this stuff. This is made for a 2000s truck, and we have a 60s truck that's been widened and LS swapped at race car. And so we wanna make it more race car-y and get rid of all of the stuff that we're not gonna be using, like turn signals and stuff. We have solutions for that that are not GM. So we're gonna strip this thing down as much as possible, see where we could possibly put one more joint in it, and then try to get it installed into the car. That's the goal. Let's see if we can do it. That's good.
Looks about like 1 inch.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That might be real good for us if there's another one of those U-joints right here. And we're in business, right?
I have a bunch of parts we need in here.
Let's try not to cut them in half.
Sweet.
What am I doing? Wrong screwdriver.
It's very similar.
Yeah, man.
It's unusable. Oh my gosh.
That's better.
I think I can see the springs.
All right, well, don't move it.
Oh. Hey! There you go.
And save that for pranks.
Yep. I always forget to switch them out after I've got
it's still going to need to be pulled off. So we have pulled out the parts that we think are usable. I'll let you explain this to the people at home, whatever that is. What we were hoping, that blue, it's a universal joint that was housed inside of this contraption. We were hoping that it was just a regular joint like these.
So turn it.
Oh, so
maybe this is the best universal joint ever.
Yeah. Anyway, so we needed another U-joint, so we may use that one. This is what tilted the steering wheel up and down.
Yeah.
So we could use that.
Yeah.
But basically to get around our headers, we needed another one. So it'll do something like, we haven't actually talked about this yet, but there's a U-joint on the steering, and so we'll come out around the headers. Is that the header?
That's the header.
There's the header. Come around here, something like that.
Yep.
And that'll get us around the header and then to the steering wheel, which shouldn't be an issue. It's a little crazy looking, but it shouldn't. So we're gonna figure this out some more. What you guys don't know is off camera, we do a lot of talking and figuring out before we tell you something on camera. That's just kind of the way of the world, I guess. But yeah, so we've got to figure out if this is actually gonna work, and we'll get back to you and let you know. We got our steering column, and that's not even that extreme.
No. Pretty mild stuff.
That's awesome.
Bracket right there.
We need a steering wheel.
Yeah.
If you make steering wheels and they're good and you want to sponsor us, we'll take it. If not, I'm just gonna buy one. All right, here we go. So this is going to hold our steering column, and that bender is amazing. This is a 180-degree bend. It's actually a little bit less. I think it's like 175. So it does flare out just a bit, and that is on purpose. It's going to sit right there. That is cool. So this is basically our maximum height. If we need to cut it down, we'll cut it down to whatever height we want our steering wheel to come out at. We're going to have to get everything set up, and we're waiting on parts for that linkage now. We need some bearings and things like that just to get everything set up right. But this gives us an idea of what we're working with, and it looks really, really good. I'm so stoked on this bend. It only took me 2 tries. The first one it wasn't lined up right, but this is good. And that, I mean, that's, yeah. Tubing is fun. Tubing is cool. All right, so our steering will come through somewhere in this area. Steering will be right around here. This will be our mount for that, so that's good. We can hang this up. You get it? Hang it. We can hang it up for a minute. No, all right, dad jokes. So we are going to move to the trans tunnel now, since we can't really move any further on this thing. We'll hang it up here and come back to it later. And we've got to build kind of our trans tunnel dashboard area. We're gonna start that. Just watch, you'll see. We gotta make stuff. So just to catch you up, in case we haven't talked about it yet, this is our pedal box. It is its own unit, and it's obviously, as you can see, welded to the frame. The pedals will stay down. They're not gonna raise. That's too hard, and I don't know how it would work. So they're staying down on the ground along with our steering. That is the assembly for that. Now our next step is
a dash.
Yeah.
And a trans tunnel.
Time to build the interior, basically.
Oh yeah, all the rest of it.
Basically everything. We've got our seats in, that was a hard one. We've got our pedal box built, that was a hard one, but we've got lots to do on that, but we know now where our
starting
space
point.
Is. In case you're wondering for, which it's an automatic, so you got gas, brake, gas, brake, gas, brake, gas, brake, or if you're a rally driver, you just do one of these. So I think we got plenty of room to work here. Pretty comfortable. We got to build this part, because
that will feel comfy.
That will be,
man, look at all that
on the ground.
That's not bad at all. That's,
I'm telling you, dude.
It's just not
Chase
bad.
is, again for reference, Chase is 6 feet tall, and he can not stretch out all the way, but you know.
Sure I can.
Normal sports car stuff. Burn your foot off.
Yeah.
And I think some of you guys had addressed the heat issue with the headers being right here. We have a plan for that, and I think it's, honestly, I think it's a really good one to keep us from getting our feet burned off. So, because our feet will be fairly close. So, anyway. All right. To the dash. All right. We're going to talk forever and try to figure out a plan, and we'll get back to you guys in... So this has become one of our favorite methods for getting really long angles and making sure they're right. We're going to be using a lot of tubing here, so I don't really want to get it wrong. So a few things I'm going to do to make sure that we don't mess up the first time, or we probably, hopefully don't mess up the first time, is leave myself plenty of area to make adjustments, cut it way long in other words, and we're going to tie this strap up here about where I want it to land. Very easy knot. And what we'll do is come down here, wrap it, and take it back. Ugh. This is how I'm going to get my angle. I'll measure this with this rope, take my angle finder, find that angle, and we'll bend it. And the past few times we've done this, it's worked, so hopefully it will work again. Ugh. Right, this is what we've come up with. It is a 20-degree bend and then a 43-degree bend. And I'm going to set it in right here. I've left this block on there in case I want to bend it some more. But I think that this is going to be pretty much it. So we'll trim it obviously, but it'll sit in just like that. So we'll kind of have this flowy section of dash / firewall, all of it go in just like that. So I think I'm going to leave this one long like this and go ahead and make another one that's exactly the same, and then we can mount them both at the same time. That way we're setting up our hole saws at the same time and getting everything set and done. It's going to be a little bit of trial and error, kind of like that bending process was. I just kept bending until it fit, and I think this is going to fit enough after we cut it and trim it and all that cool stuff. So, overall, pretty cool looking. Let's make another one. Ugh. There we go. 2 perfectly matched bends. That is cool. Being able to set both bends up on the table made a huge difference for making these really symmetrical and flat. I mean, they match up just awesome. So those are ready. Our steering column hoop is made. So now we gotta put these in and trim them and all that cool stuff. Sweet. Starting to look like a thing. All right, my turn.
Yeah, pretty good. I'll leave my angle.
Got to give the people at home a visual. So you can kind of start to see our interior shaping up. Yeah, we'll have a shifter right about here.
Oh, that's way too high. There you go.
Oh, right down here?
I'll be a shifter. Slap, slap, Yeah.
What?
You know what the real problem is in here?
What?
Too much leg room.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it feels really good. Cool, man.
You done?
Let's build more stuff.
Yes.
right. Oh, the interior is starting to come together. So we put this support in to really support all of this stuff right there. We didn't want all that point kind of coming to nothing. If we do roll over, we don't want to die. We put that support in right there in the back. That's going to help everything lift. All of that's for lifting. And then we started our dash. It's going to be a little bit wild. It's going to be crazy. We ordered gauges. We ordered some bearings so that we'll be able to mount this baby in here. We've got our pedal box made. It was an eventful video. I didn't even realize it until I'm kind of going over everything. And we are moving somewhere. So this is basically what we're going to see when we get in here. Something like that. Ah, man, this thing is crazy. It's going to look so insane. And then, you know, we'll have a center console here, shifters, all our buttons and such. Other stuff here, surprises next week. We are moving right in. That shift. Yeah. Alright, you made it to the end of the video. Congrats, you did it. This is our thing. Hopefully you're kind of getting an idea of what's going on now, what our plan is. As you can see, our dash, transom, and all that is connected to the cab. It will all raise. It's gonna be like a carnival ride. Should be pretty awesome. So yeah, I think it looks pretty crazy. This is the first time we've lifted it with all the tubing in there. So it is nuts, nuts, nuts. Alright, so for you guys that have made it this whole way, some questions that I feel like we should address is one, the shark fin is not staying the way that it looks right now. We just reinforced it really quickly so we could keep moving. It's gonna get made better.
Made better.
Yeah, it's gonna get made better. And then a couple other things. The heat issue. A lot of people mentioned heat and being too hot for our feet. We're gonna sort that out as well. There's a video coming on that, how we're gonna handle heat. We have a very good way to do that, and I think it's gonna be really exciting to watch. What else? The pedal box, we answered that one and this one. I'm like shivering because it's so cold in here. So, a major part of this week was getting the interior started, and we've got a really good base down. We've got all of our main lines kind of drawn out in tubing for the interior. We've got our dash shape started for the interior. So we're going to be really going hard on it next week, shaping everything out and fleshing out this plan. So we're really trying to knock this interior out. We need to get the interior out and done before we can really start getting the car driving again. So running brake lines, air lines, fuel lines, all that stuff. This has to get done first. So once this is done, we'll move to that. Then we'll drive it, and then it will make its way to my house to get a custom wide body. So,
it's gonna look sick.
Yeah, it's gonna look sick. If you've missed it, we have another build going on right now. It's a go-kart build that's happening on Thursdays. It happened Friday this week, but most times it's gonna be on Thursday. We had a confusion, and it didn't happen on Thursday, but go-kart build, it's all hand control. It's got an e-brake. It's really cool. It's a Corvette. We're gonna be wide bodying it. All the cool stuff, all the build stuff. So check that out on Thursday, this Thursday at 11 o'clock Central. That's 12 Eastern Standard Time. You can check that build out. It's really nuts. We drove it this week and it was
It's so much fun.
way faster than we expected. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, comment if you want to. The secret word of the week is, I'm waiting on you, it's your job.
How about digital?
Digital. The secret word of the week is digital, so comment digital below if you made it this far in the video. You guys that watch the entire videos are the A-team. It really does make a difference to the algorithm. It makes a difference for YouTube, and we get paid more if you watch the whole thing, actually. And if we get paid, we get to build cool stuff. And if we don't,
I'll have to repair lawnmower decks.
we're gonna have to yeah, we're gonna have to go back to doing what we did before YouTube. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This community is the best community on the internet. We'll be back Thursday. See you later.